There are a lot of melee weapons in Valorant. A ton of knives, a ton of swords, a ton of axes, and today we're going to be ranking all of them, but it's not going to be me who's ranking them, it is going to be you guys. 200,000 collective votes between Discord and YouTube polls to come together and rank these skins. You get both a number order, so every skin has a particular number attached to it. You'll be able to keep track of it, the editor will put it somewhere, and on top of that, we're actually going to categorize them D, C, B, A, and S tier, so let's get right into it. Starting with D tier, you know, a lot of people don't care about these skins. They do still get some votes, like 8 votes, 9 votes, 10 votes, but not very many. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Let's kind of rocket launch straight through the D tier. Iridian Thorn Blade at the very bottom, last place. That's one hell of a position to be in, but okay. From there, we have Hack. I agree. This is one of the worst skins in the game. Emberclad Hammer. We have the Transition Knife, Outpost Melee, Hivemind Sword, Genesis Arc, Daydreams Crowbar, Kayamana, Switchback Ascender, Guardrail Hammer, Striker Knife, Snowfall Wand, which I know I talk about it a lot, but a lot of these skins like Snowfall Wand as well as Prosperity being full price skins that you were in the shop. It's insane to see down here. Like, it should only be battle passes down here, but okay, you know, it is what it is. They are true. They're like skins. Not all the skins are good at all, but moving on from there, Obsidiana, Lux Knife, Crimson Beast Hammer, Bound, Altitude Knuckle Knife. I do want to touch on that one a little bit. It basically got no votes. It sucks. I want like a knuckle, like something like this, but premium. I want this archetype to come back. I just want to put that out there. Prism 3 Axe, Fortune's Spectre, Venturi Knife, Titan Mail Mage, Task Force 809 Knife, Intergrade Blade, Cariolus, I can't pronounce it. Editor, you've got me here. Sys Melee, Song Steel, Torque Coiler, the Tilde Knife, the Rivery Sword, Nebula Knife. The fact that I own a D tier skin that I actually purchased from the shop, paid $17 for. The Chrome Deck Gauntlet, Kingdom Knife, Wonder Stallion, bro, that one goes hard, but okay. Shellspire Sword, No Limits Bat, the Hue Elise. This skin literally got its own trailer and it's down here. Man, how things have changed. The Composite Knife, the Combat Crafts Axe, the Overlay Dagger, the Prism Knife, the Mage Punk Shock Gauntlet. Oh my god, this thing only got like few more votes than everything below it. The Ego Knife, the Blade of Circuit, sorry, again, don't know how to say it. The Spline Dagger, the Ion Energy Sword, oh my god. The Blast X Polymer Knife Tech Coated Knife. Man, just the fact some of these, like premium skins, bro, down here, premium skins. From here we have Katrina, then we have the Sand Swept Dagger, we have the Aperture Stiletto, we have the Comet Sword, the Valorant Go Volume 1 Knife. This one used to get way more votes, but then just another one came out that matched its archetype that looks way better, and that's it. Now it's gone. Crazy how that works. We got the K-Tac Blade. We have the Winter Wonderland Candy Cane. We have the Bubble Pop Light Stick, and that sort of wraps up the D tier, but C tier overall isn't much better. Like, a lot of these are still very low votes. We're talking the difference between last place and where we are now is like 15 to 20 votes. That's it. That's how much people don't care about these skins, but from here on out, we're going to be moving to the C tier, Terminus A Quo. So I'm kind of surprised something like this is this low, but people just aren't voting for it. They're just forgotten. Then we have the Neptune Anchor. This one I understand is pretty underwhelming. As we continue with the C melees, we got something that sort of snuck in here. It is recent. The latest Smite melee, 39,000 votes. I put it up for you guys to vote. Here are the results. To keep it simple, 54% of you voted Riot is wasting their time, C or lower. I can only put 4, so technically it could be lower than C, but C or lower, which is crazy because the Smite knife regularly ranks higher. But 11% put B, 14% put A, and then 21% put S. So if you take 21% plus 14%, so the A and S put it together, there's still quite a few people who enjoy this joke. You know what I mean? Like, a majority don't care. The majority don't like this joke. Move on with the meme. I don't like it. Riot is wasting their time. But still, there's a good split of votes up near the top that are still enjoying the meme. So in the end, while it is 100% C due to what you guys voted, I still think it might actually sell okay. A because of the meme, but I'm not too sure. We don't get access to that. We have the MK Liberty combat knife, same idea. We have the gravitational uranium narrow blaster. I haven't seen this in games since it came out basically. We have the Origin crescent blade. Again, I don't think this is that bad. I have it, sometimes I use it. I think it's good fun, but that's it. It's gone. Similar to the Terminus A Quo. I don't think they're bad, but they're forgotten. No one's voting for them. We have the Doombringer battle axe. We have the Relic of the Sentinel, Cryostatus impact drill, Artisan foil, the Harrowscape blades, Waveform. Wow, wait, whoa. I just read that out because I have a list, right? So I gave everyone a poll, everyone votes, and I'm just reading them out. I'm like, yeah, okay, yes, yes. Then Waveform? Waveform and C, I don't even like this melee, but C is crazy. It has only 0.34% of the votes. My goodness. Okay, then we have the Personal Administrative Melee Unit. Same thing, people used to love this. Then we have the Helix Daggers. Oh, this one's been controversial. It is down here in C tier, and for a little bit of context, 0.36% of the votes. It is very down here. Between this and last place is only a 30 vote difference. People don't care about this. I like that. I like that. We have the Mage Punk Electro Blade beating it. Hell yeah. We have the Orion Sword. We have Luna's Descent. Then we have the Blades of Imperium. Then we have the Prime Axe. It's an OG, but yeah, I understand its age, so C makes sense. We have the Blade of Amondir. Same idea here. I understand it. Then we have Soul Strife Scythe. I'm surprised Soul Strife beat Blade of Amondir and Primax. Damn. We have the Radiant Crisis 001 baseball bat. And after that, we have the Oni Claw. I'm surprised. Like, Waveform could have got clipped into B, but yeah, the baseball and Oni Claw beat it. So yeah, it actually did fall. This video is sponsored by Mitch Cactus, a digital marketplace that has an easy to use website, which will allow you to get some cheap Valorant skins and some other goodies. You'll quickly notice they support a host of different games, but we're going to sort by Valorant. You can see you can buy accounts with 35 or 55 plus gun skins. Imagine having ultra rare skins that you can no longer get, like Arcane or Champions Collection. With a ton of positive reviews on Trustpilot, you're able to go ahead and use it worry-free, so check out Mitch Cactus using the link down below. From here, we are going to be moving over to the B category. It's not a huge category because they're in a spot where they're like a solid knife, but they don't get to kind of move up into the A tier quite yet. But the bottom of B tier, so basically B minus, starting us off, we have the Relic Stone Daggers. This is why it's important to see the number, because every knife has a perfect place in the video, so you can see a much more linear scale. And on top of that, there's opinions. It doesn't mean yours has to be popular or unpopular. For example, Relic Stone Daggers, one of my favorite melees in the entire game, but it didn't get enough votes, so it's here in B tier, and that's what makes this video pretty fun. It's unique because the community gets to vote, but everyone's gonna have their opinions. Like, I love the Relic Stone Daggers, but hey, that's just me. Anyways, moving from there, we have the Forsaken Ritual Blade. That's a pretty solid B tier. Then we have Equilibrium, followed by Blade of Chaos, then the Velocity Crampet. I think that's a very fair B tier considering its battle pass. Then we have the Power Fist. It's so funny seeing such an expensive melee down here. I mean, at least it's in B. It's not like I got C, but yeah, I dislike this skin. So yeah, in my own opinion, I'd put this lower, but that's where opinions can differ from the popular vote. Then we have the Glitch Pop Axe. I hate this one. I'd put it D. You guys like it. Anyways, I'm just sort of reiterating that opinions matter, because a lot of times people get a little bit upset in the comments, but that's the fun of it. Just find the melee you like and enjoy it. After that, we have Gaia's Fury, followed by Blades of Primordia, and then the Singularity Knife. I'm surprised the Singularity Knife is actually above a lot of what's below it. I don't think it deserves to be up here, and I own it, but yeah. Then we have the Broken Blade of the Ruined King. That's pretty good, solid definition of B tier, just because it's unique, but it's niche, you know? Then we have the Gaia's Wrath. Again, I like it. Unique, but niche, so makes sense. We have the Elder Flame Dagger, something that used to be always much higher, but it's been in B for quite some time now. And then the latest Battle Pass knife. So I put it to the poll, and 52,000 votes later, we have it placed in B tier. A majority of you guys voted B, but I don't want to knock the fact that 32% of you voted A. So a lot of people really like the newest knife, and I spoke positively about it because, to be honest, it looks clean, it looks sick, it's got some colorways, all of which look nice. It just needed some more animations. Like, if it gave it the Ruin Dagger animation, it'd be A or S tier. I'm not gonna lie, but I think B is a very, very fair place to put it, so that's where we're putting it. Following the Battle Pass knife, another new melee that we got is the Cyrax knife. I didn't speak too highly of this, but still, it's not about me, it's about you guys. I threw it in the polls, 28,000 votes later. Here are the results. You guys put it in B tier, not terrible. Now, just to keep in mind, Battle Pass being B and A is a lot stronger than something like this, which costs a ton of money. So it being fresh is crazy because usually we have something called recency bias, which actually inflates these votes. So it's likely that if I pulled this in a month or two again, it would be more split between C and B. But either way, C, meaning terrible, and A, it's great, are split down the middle. 19% for C and 21% for A. But overwhelmingly, you guys put it in B, so it's going in the B category. We have the glitch pop dagger. This pretty much makes up B tier. There is one that could be an A or B. It's the transition. It's right in between the vote cutoff, which is the celestial fan. So we'll put it in B, but like it almost made like a couple more votes, it would have made A. So it's B plus. I love the celestial fan, so I kind of wanted to sneak it into A, but for the sake of being fair, technically speaking on the vote cutoff, it is in B tier. So celestial fan will top us off on B plus before we head into the A tier. All right, leading us for the A tier, it's important to note that how the votes work from here on out. Only 16 melees get to go in S. Because there's so many melees, it's going to be top 16 melees that are all pulled through YouTube. So they get even further refined with literally 40,000 votes, you guys coming in to vote. So S tier is really cool. But from here till the top 16, these will be the A tier melees. Let's get to it. First up, we got the Ruin Dagger, still the best Battle Pass melee in my opinion, just absolutely legendary. They never ever brought back that type of quality to the Battle Pass. They've tried to get a little bit close, but to me, nothing's actually hit it like the Ruin Dagger, so perfect way to lead into the A category. After that, we got the Ivori's Spellcaster. It's not my style, but I do respect it because I think they put a lot of work into it, and I think it's very niche, it's unique. So I like the Ivori's Spellcaster for those reasons. Then we have the Smite Knife, continuing to sneak its way into A only due to a meme. I've been saying this like a broken record, and like memes are supposed to die. So like, does this say Valorant's dead? Does this say Valorant doesn't get good enough updates because we haven't had another meme? Like Smite Knife is the only meme for skins. That says something, bro. That says something, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have the Eternal Sovereign. I think this is pretty solid. Not my favorite, but pretty solid. Then we have the Yoru's Stylish Butterfly Comb. Same idea, I'm a Yoru main. Still though, I don't like this knife, so to each their own. Then we have the Rui Staff. This is unique. I don't like it, but it is still a staff, and it is very unique for what it is, so I can't complain. Then we got the Recon Balisong. I haven't seen this in game, like I haven't even used it since I bought it. Then they added another butterfly knife and then I stopped using it. Then we got the Champions 2023 Kunai. This is cool, I like it. Then we have the Black Market Butterfly Knife. We have the Sovereign Sword. I surprised something like this has aged better than Prime Axe. I mean, well, actually, no, I take it back. It looks cleaner. Like it aged better because it has that like mythical fairy tale-ish niche. So no, I do understand why. Then we got the Arcane Gauntlets. Perfect. I think these are great. I love them, but I'm an Arcane fan. I understand some people hate them, but it's good to see that, no, they still got a good amount of votes and brought themselves up to A tier. After that, we got the Overdrive Blade. It's crazy how many skins we have in this game now. It feels endless, actually endless now. Dude, what am I gonna do in 2 years? Like 400 polls? But anyways, Overdrive Blade in A tier. Then we have the Reaver Knife in A tier. Such an old skin that still holds its own very well. We have the Mage Punk Spark Switch. I love seeing this thing climb. Every time, it used to be in B tier, and then now people are voting for it more. I used to always say, I think it's underrated and I like it, and bro, it's climbing, so that's hype. Then we have the Araxis. This one almost always gets A, just sort of changes its position, but for the most part, it's just been A. Then we have the Ignite Fan, one of my favorites. I love the Ignite Fan. I like fan melees, and then the Ignite Fan with the two colors being so distinct and fiery, literally. I absolutely love it. Then we got the Ion Karambit, not my favorite, but again, got substantial amount of votes, followed by the Mist Bloom Kunai. I like the Mist Bloom Kunai. I don't own it. I think it's nice. I think it really is nice. The Mist Bloom is aging well in my opinion, and I think it's gonna continue to get a lot of votes. I think it's gonna age. I think it's one of those ones that will age well. Then we got the Champions 2022 Butterfly Knife. This one is great. My favorite butterfly knife. For a lot of people it is, clearly, but yeah, it's personally my favorite butterfly knife. There are some ones above it, but I like it the most. Then we have the Araxis Bio Atomizers. You know, this is the Kuronami animations, but obviously you've seen Kuronami hasn't come up yet, so you can see the difference between this and Kuronami in votes. All I'm going to say is a lot, but still it gets A tier. Then we have the Nocturnum Scythe. The Nocturnum Scythe, man. I need to tell you guys, this was 5 votes away from dethroning the one above it and heading into S tier. So Nocturnum Scythe is literally A++. It has to be. 5 votes. A lot of you will consider it S, and all I want to say is I agree. I agree, but still, based off numbers, it has to be in the A tier as per the rules. Oh, here we go. The top 16 melees being pulled through YouTube. This is interesting. Let's get into it. Okay, so starting in number 16, we have the Neo Frontier Axe. This is the freaking melee that beat the Scythe by 5 votes. Neo Frontier Axe in 16th place. In 15th place, we have the Prime 2.0 Karambit. Then in 14th place, I'm not happy with the community, but you know what? It's fine. We have the Exo Edge. I think not only is this overpriced, and when we're talking about a tier list, the pricing is only partial. You know what I mean? It's partial, but let's say Ruined Dagger gets A because it was also free, right? If we paid like $50 for it, it wouldn't get A. So pricing is part of the ranking here, but it's also something that's just pull based, and like regardless of the hate that EXO got, it's made its way into S tier. So it's unfortunate, but like skin prices are not gonna get cheaper because EXO inflated price was insane, but it's still up here. It's still up here. God damn it, guys. In 13th place, this is the only saving grace. We have the Onimaru. This beat the Exo Edge. Now I'm going to show you the YouTube poll. 43,000 of you voted at the time of me recording, which is only 6 days ago. This might keep climbing. And the distribution here, Neo Frontier, Prime, they did lose to Exo fair and square. Not a huge percentage, but they did. But over half of you, over 20,000 of you chose Onimaru on its own. So it absolutely dominated EXO. So I am glad that EXO got destroyed, but by the better blade, and I'm glad most of you agree to that, because even just look at them at the way they look, like EXO's lacking detail compared to the style. Like Oni's got the style, you know what I mean? EXO just got a little bit of a nicer animation. So I don't know. I'm very, very glad, but still, EXO being that high shocked me. Anyways, moving on. My bad. I'm holding it too long. Continuing into this very, very decisive S tier. In 12th place, we have the RGX 11C Z Pro Blade. This thing used to consistently get like top 3, by the way. I want to put that out there. It's still S tier, it's still holding strong, but it used to consistently be like top 3, top 5. Here it is in 12th place, still an S tier skin, followed by the Singularity Butterfly Knife. This really did, like, it came out, people love it. So that's fair, like it is a good skin. I'm surprised it's this loved, but yeah, 11th place, Singularity Butterfly Knife, there you go. In 10th place, we have the RGX 11Z Pro Firefly. A lot of people liking their butterfly knives, and I understand it as well. I own a lot of these. Butterfly knives are a ton of fun, but in 9th place, we have the VCT Lock-In, and I love the skin a ton, so I like seeing it this high. But let me show you the vote distribution with 30,000 of you voting in this poll, or almost 30,000 of you voting. You can see the VCT Lock-In skyrocketed past the rest, and the RGX 11Z Pro got less than half, let's say, about half the RGX 11Z Pro Firefly. So I'm saying the RGX 11Z Pro keeps falling. It might fall below S one day. I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen it go from like top 2, top 3 down to like 12, and even in its place here, it's like at the bottom of it. So very, very, very interesting. I do agree with the poll here a lot. Maybe I like Singularity a little bit more than the RGX 11Z Pro Firefly, but that's just my opinion. But we're gonna continue. Any knife you have here anyways, it's S tier. So if you like it, you already got an S tier knife. Either way, let us continue to the 8th place. This poll is exciting because this poll is hella close. Okay, so in 8th place, we got the Champions 2021 Karambit. I love this Karambit. It's not flashy, but damn is it clean. 7th place, we have the Champions 2024 Blade. Same idea, damn is it clean. I always find them very clean, and I love this blade as well. I'm just biased, I like the Champion stuff. That's just my opinion. Then we have in 6th place, the Xeno Hunter Knife. This thing being this strong still till now, all I can say is fine. I get it. I'm praising the Champions 2021 Karambit. The Xeno Hunter knife is still clean, similar to it, but it's got less colors going on. To me, that makes it a little too plain. But you know what? You guys voted for it. And you guys voted for it hard. Because in 5th place is the newest VCT 2025 Karambit. It is so expensive, but still, and it is strong. Top 5 is crazy. I personally haven't bought it yet, even though it's overpriced, and I mentioned some very shady practices that Riot is doing with that bundle, like forcing a lot of us to buy it as a full bundle. But you know, outside of that, I understand it is an exclusive skin. Right now, the only skins I personally still buy, unless I miss this one, is exclusive skins. But damn, let me show you the vote distribution. 27,000 of you voted. The votes are going down just because these are newer and newer polls. Over time, they're gonna all probably get 30 to 40 to 50,000 votes, but it usually doesn't change the order once it's solidified like this. Here you go. 18 versus 22 versus 24 versus 36%. This is a pretty close poll. So I just wanna say all these skins are very well loved. Like now, as we're in the top 8 and these being the first 4 of the top 8, they're very, 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 very well loved. So from here moving forward, we've entered the top 5 with the VC 2025 Karambit. Now we're going to be going into the last 4 knives of the video. In 4th place, we have the RGX 11Z Pro Karambit. This same idea, very, very well loved. In third place is the Reaver Karambit. Again, Reaver Karambit has been up here for a long time, so I'm not surprised. Now, some people are going to ask me something very, very important. Why don't you vote the RGX 11Z Pro Karambit versus the Reaver Karambit versus the VCT Karambit versus the Champions Karambit? Like, why are they polled in the order they're polled on YouTube? And this is because it is made side by side with the open poll that everyone gets to vote on. So when I poll them on YouTube, they are in the exact same order. So this is just so it doesn't break the fairness of the community, because in the end, the different Karambits didn't come up next to each other. Does that make sense? Reaver got 3rd fair and square. It got 3rd fair and square in the major poll before getting refined through YouTube. So it'd be unfair to drag it down into the other Karambits. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, in 3rd place, we got the Reaver Karambit. In 2nd place, we got the Zero Fang knife. I'm surprised. I mean, it's a nice knife, but it's not my favorite. So I am surprised, but you guys are speaking, not me. Same thing in the general poll, the Zero Fang knife came out in 2nd. Straight up. Now, not by a lot of votes, and same thing after being refined. This is very interesting. We'll get to it. In 1st place, you guys have already guessed it, is the Kuronami no Yaba. Not gonna lie, it is a great skin. It is pricey, but it is a great skin line. It is a great melee. Let me explain why I'm gonna say it's overrated. I know it seems like, oh, people just say it's overrated because they want to hate. Let me explain. Let me reveal the polls here. So this poll has 37,000 votes already. This is probably gonna keep skyrocketing a little bit here. And look at the distribution. Like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place are so close. And in the general poll, this is the same thing, by the way. This is the same thing. They sort of beat each other out by very little amount, and this is happening here. These percentages are nothing. Like a handful of, like a few hundred or 1,000 players difference between this, over 37,000. But then Kuronami, 56%. Like if this poll continues to 40,000 people, 20,000 would have voted Kuronami, over 20,000. That is overrated, because while Kuronami no Yaba is a fantastic knife, and if the community has deemed it deserving of #1, then that's what makes these videos unique, the ones I do. 100%, that's fair and square. But my own opinion, don't think it's that much better. Like it can be #1, but I don't think it's like triple the votes #1. Like I don't think it's triple the quality and coolness of the VCT 2025 Karambit or the Zero Fang knife or the Reaver Karambit. That's what I mean by overrated. I don't think it's so far ahead of its league in deserving that much of the vote distribution, but that's just my opinion. Again, fair and square, it got #1 again. It's getting repetitive. a lot of my skin videos, months and months apart, are still having Kuronami's #1, but there you have it. That is the S tier. That is the order. Let me know what you think, especially in the top 12, top 16 knives. That's where most of the discussion is. Let me know other knives that you believe are B, underrated. Write your top 5 knives down below. You know, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.